Greetings, everyone. My name is Monique R. Mitchell. I have been in the early education field for 10 years now. I've been in the early childhood environment for many years prior to that, as my family all operated in-home child care facilities. The children are not what initially attracted me to the field of early childhood education. As I was obtaining my FCCPC and some of the lower level certificates, I worked in many different structured child care programs in high earning communities and very low income communities. Upon graduation, I began to apply for higher quality facilities, and I eventually began to teach for private schools and better quality schools with better curriculum. But I would always think back about the government funded facilities where children were not receiving what they needed to receive because of the lack of funding or the lack of training in the early childhood communities that were not high earning. Working in the classroom was not really my favorite thing to do, but when I found my niche, which was advocacy, which was teacher leadership, and ensuring that equality is spread throughout all early childhood programs, that is what really drew me in closer and attracted me to the field of early childhood education. Originally, I was drawn to the field of early childhood education because it's what I knew, okay? But as a young college student, it's not what I definitely for sure was going to stick with. But when I got into teaching it and I saw the need for the equality. My daughter attends a private school, and her teacher still brings in materials from her own kitchen to facilitate math assignments, and she writes her own curriculums out by hand. I go and I assist in the public classrooms, and they have YouTube channels playing because they're short staffed. That's what I'm passionate about advocating for, and that's what kept me connected and drawn to the field of early childhood education. Be it someone to be accountable for the gap right there between the children who can afford it and the children who cannot, because that education should be available and equal to all people. If I were to associate my attraction with early childhood education with a problem, the problem that my passion aligns most closely with is the lack of equality in curriculum and instruction and staffing. One of the privileges of being able to obtain your graduate degree is to continue to learn. So if I were to choose something that I would like to learn more about, I think it would definitely be in a sense of the influences that cause certain behaviors and certain roadblocks for children, because I feel like sometimes it's very difficult for even good educators to communicate and send messages to their students if they're not able to relate to their natural environment. More teaching strategies, more strategies for children who are non-receptive to traditional ways of teaching is what I would like to learn more about. Because you have some children that, due to some of the things they've experienced or some of the, their genetic makeup, whatever it may be, it's just very difficult for them to learn in a traditional setting.